beautiful humans. Today I'm doing one of my most highly requested non-history video. It is a skincare routine. Now, due to who I am as a person, I can't just do a simple routine. I have to give you like the whole backstory and like, you know, all the science and my entire skincare journey, and then show you my current routine, hence it being in a YouTube format. I also have just gotten a fake tan today. Shout out to Tan Society, and it's at its darkest. So halfway through this video, we're gonna have a shower and I'm gonna actually do my skincare routine on screen. If you wanna watch, stay, like, subscribe, etc, and let's cue the music. Alright, so I suffered from closed comedonal cystic acne for pretty much since I was, I think 12 was when it started, all the way through to adulthood, up until a few years ago when I finally got it under control, and now I am absolutely barefaced. My skin is just, I am so grateful for how clear it is, and it really was and is all thanks to skincare routine. Now, I as a teen was put on, and I saw dermatologists, so I was lucky enough to be able to do that, and I was put on 2 rounds of Roaccutane or Accutane, which is a vitamin A pill that essentially stops all the oil function in your body. And my skin lightened from it. I was getting blood noses because it dries out everything in your body. I used to get chemical peels. I did everything that you could do, essentially. And then still as an adult had suffering from acne, and I kind of just charged through it, but I was pretty insecure to sort of go out without makeup on, and naturally I have very few photos of my acne, but if I can find them, hopefully I can. Here are some photos of it once it got a little bit better. So this was at its good phase. So it wasn't until I really started researching the science behind skincare that I started to experiment with that science, that I found stuff that actually worked for my skin type. So yeah, I'll take you through all of that. So to start with, dermatologists my whole life have told me that I have oily skin. I do have oily skin. However, a key and, oh my goodness, this fake tan really needs a wash off, and distinct and important detail is that I also have highly sensitive skin. So I was always treated for oily skin, which can oftentimes be some of the most potent skincare. When I started treating my skin as sensitive and with topical treatments for oiliness, that's when I started to get some success. So my first, I don't know if I'm capable of giving tips, but if you want to take tips, figure out what your skin type is, and I would also say treat it as sensitive until proven innocent, because like I just for so many years thought I just had oily skin. And anyway, you can have both, right? You can also have oily skin and dehydrated skin at the same time, which is also very confusing. So the first product I started using that actually made a difference in my skin was hydrating products that actually hydrate. There are a lot of products that, you know, are hyaluronic acid based, but what I learned was that hyaluronic acid in and of itself doesn't necessarily moisturize or hydrate, and so I was on a quest to find something that was actually hydrating. That's when I came across Biology serum and their BF serum. They extract the molecules from a native citrus plant here in Australia called finger lime, and they have a patented technology that keeps the vitamin C in this product stable, and it is extremely hydrating. And it really started to change my skin because my skin was finally getting the hydration that it needed desperately. It did not fix all of my issues, but it did start to regulate my oil, and I did start to see results. As much as I don't use my Biology serum every single day anymore, it's something that I always keep on hand. If I'm really dry, I will use this in my routine. I will also use this on any little areas like on my body that, like if I'm sunburnt or if I have like dry spots, or if the kids have little dry spots. Because this is just such a natural product, it's really great to use as an all-rounder. So yeah, this is my starter. This was my first win. This is where I began. So then I learned about our acid skin mantle, or our acid skin barrier, and how if that is being damaged by over cleansing or over exfoliating, you're gonna produce more oil and make your situation worse. So what I did was I committed to a pH 5.5 neutral sensitive cleanser, and I started to double cleanse, basically just cleansing twice. So you can do that with an oil cleanser that takes off your makeup, and then you need to cleanse again. So if you're wearing makeup, you need to take the makeup off, but that doesn't clean your skin necessarily. So cleansing twice is something that I started doing, and I honestly started out using the CeraVe fragrance-free hydrating cleanser. You have to be really careful with cleansers, and I guess like what I never realized was that it's the foundation to your skincare, right? If you're damaging your acid skin barrier with your cleanser, then you're just setting your whole skin up for failure. Like it really is, it's the first step in your skincare, so it's got to be good. It doesn't need to be expensive, but it just needs to be doing the job it needs to be doing. So yeah, this is what I started with, which is the CeraVe. I also like their milk cleansers. La Roche-Posay has a really nice gel cleanser, which is a pH 5.5. And now I moved on to the Daily Co lactic acid. So what I'll do is I'll take my makeup off with the CeraVe serum, and then I will use the Daily Co lactic acid gentle cleanser as my second cleanse. So I'm gonna go jump in the shower and do that right now. So I'm gonna use, I am gonna use the milk version of the CeraVe serum. They have like a milky like makeup remover. Not that I'm wearing makeup, but I always double cleanse. And then I'm gonna use my Daily Co lactic acid cleanser, and then I will come back once I am clean. Cleansing complete. So while my skin is still just a bit damp, that's when I apply my hydration serum, which at the moment I have been using the Daily Co vitamin B. In the past I have used Biology for this step, which is also great. Just get that into everywhere. I did forget to mention that I also do a once a week clay mask, which is also by the Daily Co. It's a kaolin clay based mask. Just make sure when you are getting a mask, that it's not too intense for your skin. Typically I would go in with a light moisturizer, but because I'm doing a video, I want to be extra, I'm actually going to do a sheet mask to kind of like lock in all this hydration. So I'm going to go show you my favorite one now. All sheet masks really do is kind of lock in that hydration that you've already put down as a base anyway. I just really like them if I'm particularly dry on nights where I'm going to apply my tretinoin, which is my prescription grade vitamin A, which can be really drying. It is extra, but you know what? It's me. Like, what do you expect? So, I don't know why I said it like that. So yeah, I'll leave this on for 5 minutes and then I shall be back. Also, I use this serum on my body because okay, so now masks off. Tonight is a treatment night, so I use tretinoin, which is a prescription grade vitamin A. Now, it's very strong. You have to work your skin up to being able to use it, but it is freaking awesome. This is pretty much hands down the reason why my acne is now non-existent, and it helps with scarring. If your skin type is sensitive and you're not able to use something like this, find yourself a good retinol, sorry. Retinol is what you can buy over the counter, but in saying that, not all retinols are created equal. You will need to pay a decent amount. So for a prescription, it costs about $80. For a retinol, similar price point to get a decent vitamin A. So the Daily Co's vitamin A is genuinely the only retinol that I've ever used that I think is pretty comparative to prescription. The good thing about this is it doesn't create that sensitivity. So if you do have more sensitive skin, this is something that you could definitely use in swap out for this, because it has less negative, I guess, side effects. This is a very, very, very good product. I've never actually used a retinol quite like this. This is a retinaldehyde 1%. Just make sure you don't buy shitty retinol. Hot tip. Same with hydrating products, just don't buy. Anyway, before I so when I do my nights where I use tretinoin, because it is such a strong ingredient, I do what's called the sandwich method. So I put on a light moisturizer first, and so I'm just using the Daily Co cream restore and repair. This has biomimetic lipids and like ceramides and things like that are really important for your skin. So I get that into like the more sensitive areas before I put on my tret, and then I sandwich it on top with a thicker moisturizer. So with my tret, I use Software. They are a prescription subscription, so it's all telehealth. You literally use that much, pea-sized, and you avoid all your sensitive areas. So I start where my scarring from my acne is, move it into where I have pigment, which is just here on the side. Same here on the other side. Then just do my T-zone quickly. It's a lump. And my chin, and then I just do this on the end. Then you're gonna have like leftovers on your skin, but I avoid all this area and all in here. It's just too sensitive and really just doesn't need to be touched with your old trait. Now, while this is still tacky, I put on my thick night mask. This bloody mask from the Daily Co is literally the best night moisturizing mask I've ever used, like hands down. It is incredible and worth every cent. Look at that, like thick. It's just like, or you only need about that much, but I like to like mix it up because I don't know, it's fun. So yeah, you kind of just need like a little tiny bit, and then I just start in the more sensitive areas under my eyes, because remember, I still got the residue of the tret, and I work outwards so that I'm not pushing any of that tret into my sensitive areas, and then I just cover my whole face in it. And ugh, I can't tell you, every time I use this mask, which is very often, it just feels so good. Like, it's just like, I think it's my favorite product in the whole range. Safe to say. Actually, no, it's a tie. This is my number one, but there's also a second number one. I adore this product. You can by all means, if you're on a tighter budget, use a thick night cream. CeraVe is always good. The Ordinary has a good thick moisturizer, and La Roche-Posay also has a good night moisturizer. But that is if you obviously are using tret. If you're using a retinol, vitamin A, and the night, so I basically, this routine I do every third night. Hold on. So this is done for tonight. Now this is the routine I do every like third night. I don't always do the moisture mask. That's just like a little extra if I'm feeling extra dry, which I was today. Every first and second night, I will use, instead of my tret, I will use my retinol that I showed you just before by the Daily Co. I have just started doing that. I wasn't using a retinol in between the nights I used my tretinoin, but since I've tried the Daily Co retinol, and it just doesn't sensitize your skin, which is the reason I never used retinol alongside my retinoid, because it would over sensitize my skin and it would just be too much. But this what is it called again, the retinaldehyde, where did I put it? Yeah, by some, retinaldehyde, by some wizardry unknown to me, doesn't sensitize you, which is freaking awesome. So that means you can use a vitamin A in a form every night of the week. Unheard of. Nobel Peace Prize worthy, in my personal opinion. Now, the nights I also don't use the face mask, I'll use, instead of a nighttime face cream, I will often use a facial oil. So I have a few facial oils that I like. Marula oil. I have obviously got the facial oil from the Daily Co. Love. I have rosehip oil, which is non-blockage type of oil. I have marula oil, and I also have, oh, hang on. I have a marula oil by Drunken Elephant, which is probably the only Drunken Elephant product other than the lip balm that I actually like. And finally, I have this vitamin K blackberry seed oil that I do quite like from Mythology. So yeah, I'll use that if I'm not using the face mask. But that is pretty much it. Now, the only other thing that I will add to skincare is my morning skincare routine, which is nothing. I don't do a morning skincare routine. The only thing I will put on in the morning is a sunscreen, which is me introducing the Tide Pear #1 product that I love, which is the Daily Co. They have a Barrier Protect, which is a sunscreen, a moisturizer, and it's tinted. And look, I've tried tinted moisturizers in the past and they've honestly been crap. I now use this. If I'm going out to an event, I will use this over foundation because it is so nice and so skin-like. When I put this on for the first time, I was like, what? Who? It is a really good product. It is also, and I often compare this, so like this is like, you know, this is a foundation that I've used. It doesn't match my skin tone. And then look at the size difference. And the price is pretty much the same, which is pretty crazy. This is like a solid, this also comes in a clear, like, and like a, where is it? It comes in a non-tinted version. So if I don't want any makeup on my face, I'll use the non-tinted version. And it has no white cast, which is the most frustrating part about sunscreens. The only other sunscreen that I am happy to get around is the La Roche-Posay, I can't find it. Oh, here it is the La Roche-Posay 50 Plus Invisible Fluid. Because again, it's very lightweight, it's very protective, and it has no white cast, which is that white look that you get sometimes with sunscreens. So that's pretty much my holy grail of sunscreens. I don't really like any others, and I have tested many. Finding a good sunscreen is honestly the hardest part of skincare. So yeah, this is honestly, this product here and the Daily Co Moisture Mask are the two that I would spend. They are worth the money, in my opinion, these two. If you are a sensitive skin gal, this vitamin A is worth the money. But if you have acne or acne scarring, prescription grade tretinoin, worth the money. Other than that, if you are on a budget, there are alternatives like CeraVe is a really good brand, La Roche-Posay, but there are certain products that are worth the investment. So you can do it on a budget. It's just, and I did it on a budget for a very long time. I'm now lucky enough to have been gifted this whole range, which you have no idea how much that means to me as a skincare junkie. But, so you don't have to break the bank when it comes to your skincare routine, but it is so worth investing in those few key products that will actually make a difference. Now, I go live on TikTok all the time, a couple of times a week, and do my makeup. So if you want to catch me using the Barrier Protect, I'm live a lot of the days of the week on TikTok using that. And yeah, let me know how you go. I'll link below the products that I've used in this video and also some alternative products that I've used in the past that I recommend that have worked really well for me, because I know everybody has a different budget. So yeah, I'll make sure to link everything below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video, I'd be happy to do more of this kind of thing, like, I don't know, makeup routine or hair stuff. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Anyway, mwah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. It means the world to me. All right, love you guys. Bye.